In today's lesson, we'll talk about absolute value and solving absolute value equations. Definition of an absolute value. I think almost all of you typically would say absolute value is always positive. You're exactly correct there, but the definition or the reason for that is that it is defined as the distance from zero on a number line, which is represented by the symbol absolute value of x. So for example, the absolute value of -3 is equal to 3, because on a number line, -3 would be here, and it's 3 units from 0 on the number line. We're talking about a distance, which is always positive. The absolute value of 5 would be 5. The absolute value of 2.3 would be 2.3. So it's just the distance from 0, which will always be positive. The absolute value symbols are considered grouping symbols, which are the P part in PEMDAS. So we would work with those like we do parentheses or brackets when we're using order of operations. So next I'm going to go through a couple examples for you. These are from page 24. And on this page in your packet, they are giving you some values here. Namely that W is -4, X is 2, Y is 1/2, and Z is -6. So as we have done before, the first thing we would do is substitute in known values. So in this case, I'm going to have the absolute value of 2 times x. X is 2 minus the 8. So now I am working inside the parentheses, and I would do the multiplication first. And then I would do the subtraction. 4 minus 8 is a -4. And then the absolute value of -4 would be +4. So I'm doing the absolute value at the end there. In number 2 there, I've got the absolute value of 6 plus z, and z is a -6, minus the absolute value of a -7. So again, parentheses first, I would do this 6 plus -6, which is 0. I'm just bringing down the absolute value signs. Now I would actually do the absolute value of 0, subtract the absolute value of -7 is 7. And then I've got 0 subtract 7, which is a -7. Number 8, we've got W, Z. W is a -4, Z is a -6, using parentheses there, minus the absolute value of x, which is 2, times y, which is 1/2. So once again, working inside those parentheses first, I've got -4 times -6 is 24, minus, again, inside the parentheses, 2 times 1/2 is 1. And then I would do each of these absolute values. Absolute value of 24 is 24, absolute value of 1 is 1, and 24 minus 1 would be 23. Number 16, we've got 14 minus 2 times. In the absolute value symbol, W, which is a -4, minus x, which is 2, times y, which is 1/2. Again, I would work inside the parentheses. So I'm going to have 14 minus 2 times. Inside the parentheses, I would do the multiplication first. 2 times 1/2 is 1. And then I could do, again, inside the parentheses, -4 minus 1, adding the opposite. Same signs as negative, that'd be a -5. And then I would do the absolute value. Absolute value of -5 is a +5, because that is the distance from 0. That's going to change to parentheses now because I'm now multiplying. I would then do that multiplication first. 2 times 5 is 10, and then 14 minus 10 is 4. So this is how you would evaluate expressions using absolute value, thinking of it as grouping symbols and parentheses.